You know, it was interesting watching the fight when he had you on the ground, and it seemed like it was getting a little dicey. Even Rogan said it, and we were kind of saying to each other, like, why didn't he just get up and tell Charles to get up with him? Why did you want to go? Like, were you trying to prove a point there?
No, it's a good question. I wasn't, though, and I was just talking to my teammates about it.
God. Wow.
CM Punk just took a spill, and nobody saw it.
Wow.
Get him out of here! Straight edge my ass!
Can't take him anywhere.
And, I honestly, I landed some elbows, and he actually hit me with a couple of really good leg kicks. And in MMA, man, when you can get top control and if you can keep it and land strikes like I do, it's just a dominant position. And I think we were both getting a little tired together too, because the grappling was kind of mixing around a little bit. And when you're in the heat of the moment, it's one of those things. It's hard to tell yourself, I'm on top of this guy right now and I'm elbowing him, get up and start it fresh. Even though I clearly probably would have had the advantage. I'd already touched him a few times and I wasn't really worried about his punching power. But yeah, I don't know. It's one of those weird things. It worked out though, so yeah.
Did you notice that he tapped?
I did.
Okay.
And me and Big Dan were just talking about it. He saw it too, but he thought he was saying like, "Whoa, nice shot."
Really?
Hey, you know, in the heat of the moment, I'm doing my job. I just know you tapped. I saw me pause for a second.
Yeah.
And then he's still there, and the fight's not over. And you better believe I'm not stopping until somebody pulls me off. I couldn't believe how many more I actually got off before the fight was stopped.
You waited to see if the referee was going to step in.
Yeah, and then and it probably on camera, it probably looks like it's about 0.01 of a second, but for me it feels like 10 seconds of me being like, is it going to be over? But in the heat of the moment, it probably looks like that. But I felt him tap. I felt him go like, like no more. But the fight's not over, so I just kept chucking him.
How much did seeing your teammates win last night, Ryan James, Gerald Mershart, how much did that sort of boost you up for tonight?
Huge. It stayed up. I ate, a little last-minute meal down in the downstairs bar at the hotel. I had to watch these guys. We had reservations for this, like, hibachi sushi place. Yeah. We got there, and it was all fate, you know what I mean? The reservation that was supposed to be up before us wasn't up yet. So we just said, you know what, I'll go get some, a burger with no bun and a side salad, and we'll watch the fights. And I got to see Ryan James be a machine. And my boy Gerald, who had been training 3 camps in and out, to see him finally let his strikes go. Because in the gym, the guy's a killer, an absolute killer. For him to get the bonus, I'm over the moon for him, man. It's awesome. I love that guy.
How was it having 2 Canadians down there training there? And then you had Ryan and then also John McDessie there.
Yeah, John's got his own style, man. And Duke loves it because comes from a traditional martial art background. So those dudes are gelling. And the team's on fire right now, man. Win, lose, or draw, everybody's got a great... we got a great mindset with each other and a real brotherhood down there, or up there, or over there, wherever I'm at in Milwaukee. And I love those guys. I really do. I live there. I stay there. I put my whole 6 to 8 weeks with those guys, and they're my brothers. So when we make that walk together, man, I look at every one of them, touch gloves, and never have I felt like that going into a fight. And I know that if I fall and it doesn't work out, we did everything that we could to prepare for it.
And how much did it help that they all had fights coming up? And there's a couple guys you got fighting
coming up
on that LFA 29 card coming up.
Of course. I mean, these guys are this is one of the first teams that I've been with where they don't go away. They don't disappear. They're not worried about themselves. They're not talking trash on their fellow teammates or countrymen and calling guys out. There's none of that crap in our gym. We're a small gym. We train together every day. We go out together. We eat together, and we take care of each other. And it pays off. Like I said, it's not always about wins and losses. It's about how we handle it in private afterwards. And tonight's celebration is going to be epic. And I don't mean that in getting drunk, but we're going to sit down in my room tonight. Craig's going to crack a soda. I'm going to have some beers, and we're just going to finally relax a little bit.
Where did you sleep in this camp?
I was staying at teammates' houses because we don't want to be there all the time in the gym. But most nights, just in the futon when I was tired and just sleeping in the back again. But
do you want to take a step up now? You want a couple fights? You want to get something a little more permanent?
No. Yeah, it's that Spartan lifestyle that I think gets me ready, and it sucks. And I think it has to suck for me, not for everybody. The more money I make, I could have afforded an Airbnb.
Yeah.
I rented a car this time, though. A Ford Fiesta. Ford Fiesta for 6 weeks.
What's next for you as far as an opponent? Do you have anyone in mind? Anyone you want to fight after this?
I'm thinking about it. And the opponent doesn't matter to me so much as long as it's somebody I want to fight 5 rounds. I want to be I want to finally get a little shine. And I'm not saying that the UFC hasn't done a great job of marketing me. They put me in these spots where I'm the main event in the prelim. They tried to get me a big fight with Iaquinta. But I'd love to go 5 rounds. I see some of these guys, the heavyweights, you know, get a lot of shine, and I don't care where I got to go. Put me in a 5-round fight, I'll go there. You know, I'm nearing the end of this contract. I want to sit down. Obviously, I'm not going anywhere. I'm staying right here. I love the UFC. I love working for these guys. I'm probably going to hopefully try to work with them, you know, even well after I retire. But as you can see, I think I proved tonight the fighting is first and foremost, and I'm not going anywhere with that.
How many fights left?
Just one more after this.
Okay.
So, you know, it depends on how they want to play it. Obviously, I want to just renegotiate whenever they want to negotiate, but we'll see. But I don't want to try to play the game and, you know, let it ride out and seek other. That's not what I'm trying to do.
The elbows now, it's like a finishing move for you. It's
Yeah.
become like this thing that we're starting to expect out of you.
Yeah.
Are you okay with that?
I'm absolutely
Okay.
okay with that. I'm okay with being the guy who lands elbows. And, you know, I tried to land some straight punches, but I don't know if anybody noticed. The one time, he is quick, man. He got my arm for a second, and I was able to pass it over and get through. But, man, he is and it's harder to catch an elbow just because of the way the arm kind of weaves through naturally and lands in a better position. Whereas when you extend, guys can pass it over, arm bar, transition to your back. So the elbow, man, it's something we work. It's something we work all the time with my coaches.
I noticed that your knuckles here, or
Yeah.
not your knuckles. That's not your knuckles. Like
Well,
right
yeah,
here, they're all cut up.
Yeah, this isn't even from the fight. This is from Thanksgiving Day. We had a morning training, and I was feeling live, and I pulled the ground and pound dummy out. And it's one of those leather with the edges on the dummies that look like a person type little MMA dummies. And, you know, I knew it was Thanksgiving. I wasn't going to get a lot of training in that day, so I just did 3 5s, just going wild on the bag. And this is like last week. I ripped my knuckles all off. I was like, oh, shit, these are going to be all busted up for the fight. But it didn't bother me.
I have to ask you about the mouthpiece.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
I
have
got
it?
Peppa Pig with
Oh,
me.
man.
Yeah.
It hit me right in the heart
I
seeing
saw
that.
your.
Oh, man.
I was like, I'm glad
I sent
you
it to my mom. I mean, because
Yeah.
that's a show that we watch all the time. Why?
Peppa Pig.
It's incredible.
Yeah, jumping in muddy puddles, baby.
What
Yeah.
inspired that? Is that
My daughter absolutely loves
loves
the show, and she's got about 6 Peppa Pigs. George, you know, I want to get her. I don't even know if they make the dinosaur, but I want her to have.
They do.
So she goes, "Rawr!" The
Yeah,
dinosaur, scary. She does the whole thing. So, and I'll tell you, I saw her today. You know, Christine sent me videos of her eating noodles, and she's amazing how big she's gotten in the 6 weeks that I've been gone. I got to see her one time in between, so I cannot wait. And you know, everybody's been doing a great job at home, letting me FaceTime whenever they can. Everybody's got work. You know, when my mom's watching her, when she's got her, she's, you know, got daycare. It's everybody back home. I just want to say, you know, to anybody, I love you guys, and I can't wait to be back.
Does she know that you did that?
Yeah, I mean, she saw the picture of it when I first got it, and I just thought of it last minute. I was like, because the last one I did, the Irish Dragon, and it was real basic, but and I've done one for my dad when he was suffering from, still going through the battle with pancreatic cancer, and this one, and it's got purple in it too, which is obviously the color for pancreatic cancer awareness. So I kind of got it all covered with this one, and I felt it, man. I looked at it a couple times, and I had my my dad's chain from when he was like in his 20s. This thing has been around, you know, and when he passed away, he was in his 60s. So had a lot of things gelling right, and then of course I get caught in I don't know, what was it, anaconda or darce? I don't even know which one it was, but it was tight. And I literally thought about those things when I was down there. I was like, you got to keep going, and we got out. It was dicey though.
Did you ever find out why Al pulled out of this fight? Do you have any interest in revisiting that?
Yeah, I do. I think he's still a great opponent. I think that's a fight that people would still, if it can happen, and either he can stay healthy. I don't know if I know his knee has been an issue for a really long time, but I think he was just busy selling houses. And I'm not saying that in a disrespectful way. I'm thinking, he said in an interview, he's like, look, this is a guy that if I'm going to fight him, I'm going to go full out, and I want to be fully prepared. And I took that as a sign of respect. And you know, maybe with more time, maybe if we say spring or summer and build it up, maybe me and him can kind of co-headline or headline something. And I think that's something Chicago would be awesome, something people can get behind. Or Philly. Philly, where's Philly at? If Eddie goes out there and wins tonight, we got to hopefully he says something in the interviews too. I know it was, you know, rough selling back in 2001 or whenever they were last there, but it's time to get the show in Philly for sure, man. You think we can sell it there now? If I go there, if we got Frankie, we can put Edson on the card. We got 1 million Jersey and Philly guys. We can really push that and sell that stadium out.
Was the last one they were shot in Tito?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was that? What year was that?
UFC 133.
1847? Yeah, a while ago, like 8 years ago.
2011.
9 years ago. 2011.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Obviously, some rough stuff happened, personal-wise this year, but career-wise, 3-0, 3 finishes, 3 really solid performances. We'll see if you get another bonus. A lot of competition.
A lot of competition. That's what I said to my teammates. I was like, am I still in the running? They're like, I think you're still in the running, but there's been a lot of fight of the nights. But I mean, Yancey getting the finish. Who else got a late finish here tonight? I don't even know, but
But best year of your career, professional?
100%.
And you're also doing the TV stuff. You're doing Fresno next week.
Yeah.
How are you able to balance all of this?
We're going to find out on Monday.
Okay.
No, I mean, you know, I'm pretty well-versed, and I'm a student of the game. I love watching fights. I watch all the fight nights when I'm home and with my boys back home. So it's not like I don't know the roster. So it's just really a matter of, okay, I take 5 days, and each day I go through, I get my note card out, and I jot notes, and I get plenty of information from the UFC. And you know, for me, as the color, really it's about being knowledgeable and knowing what's going on. And then my broadcast partners are the one that kind of feed in the filler. And you know, not that I don't know that stuff, but really my job is to be like Joe and call things as they come,
Right.
or Daniel, and call it as it goes. So.
To go back to the fight, how deep was that choke, and were you ever thinking about it?
When I was gargling for air is probably when I was thinking most about it, yeah. At one point, I made an absolute idiotic mistake, and you guys saw I escaped, but I have to get that elbow over or the choke is just getting deeper as I turn into him. And me being a moron, I tried to scoop his leg, which is where he wants my other leg so he can bend me in half. So I put it in, started gargling, and realized, okay, I'm going to get choked unconscious here if I don't, and that's when I kicked out and finally got out. So obviously when it's at its deepest, and then I got out of it. So yeah, it was definitely, for a minute there I was like, I'm gonna get choked out.
And the knee, did it hit you in the face?
It did.
Oh,
But then as soon as it hit me, I realized what he did, and I wasn't gonna be a baby about it. I was like, he didn't try to knee me. I mean, he might have gently tried to knee me in the face, but he was trying to break my grip.
Gotcha.
And I realized that he just aggressively did it, and we're in a fist fight. So I was like, okay, I'm not gonna.
So there's some commentary about whether or not it was an illegal knee, but
Nah,
you don't feel like...
not even close.
When you're lying on your side, right?
Yeah, and I had something locked up. I guess I was on a single or something trying to get back up, and he peeled my hands off. But it looked like he did knee me in the face, but he was trying to break my grip. And Dan even told me afterwards, he's like, he broke your grip. So I didn't, because I literally was like, whoa. I should have not said whoa, and probably got back to my feet. But you live and you learn.
So I saw you say a couple words to your chain before you got into the ring. What do you say there?
I just, like, let's go. And we're going to another one. I still write on his Facebook wall saying, here we go again, Dad. I said, we got a beer for you back at the house, and I tagged my brother in it. And, we'll probably cry one out a little bit, get a little drunk. And when I get back tomorrow, it's Daddy-Daughter Day and Philadelphia Eagles time. So it'll be a good Sunday. A damn good Sunday. Thank you, guys. Always a pleasure. Thanks for the shout on the Peppa Pig stuff, man.
Keep it up with that.
Thank you, man. Yeah, I'll see you.
You'll get all the moms.